Boone, this game had a distinctly different personality than last night. What kind of challenges did that present to you tonight?
I think we just gave them too much, especially early in the game, and they got some juice off it. Scored a couple goals off it. I think we just weren't hard enough on pucks, and obviously they were able to capitalize on it. So it's on us. I think we got better as a group.
Early second, you close it to 1. You think you're playing pretty well right at that point, feeling like you had a much better opportunity at that point?
Well, yeah, we're battling to get back in it. I think we had, a couple of times where we got some juice going, and just weren't able to, get the next one after that. So, we need wins at this time of year.
How tough is this to process 6 losses at this point of the season when things are so big and important? Is it?
Yeah, it's coming down the stretch here, and like I just said, we need wins. So we need to find a way to win and grind out a win and get that feeling back. And I think we need to raise our level. I think obviously we had a ton of shots tonight, but like I said, I think we gave them too much.
The first time in almost a year that you're able to connect, and obviously a team game, but what can that mean for you moving forward to finally connect on goal?
Feels good. I mean, I definitely want to chip in offensively, and obviously be part of my game to help us out offensively, and yeah.
Exactly how critical points are and wins are at this point. How frustrating is this one here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, they've all been frustrating, to be honest. We do a lot of good things. We work hard. We play the right way, and we haven't got rewarded. I feel like that's usually what happens when you play well, is you get the results, and we haven't now for a while. So it's the time of year where you need points and you need results, and we haven't done that. So still a lot of hockey to be played, and have to stay positive and look at the bright side of things, and that's that we are playing well. But at the end of the day, we have to get 2 points in these games.
This game was a little more wide open than last night's game was. What did that transition, what kind of challenges, if any, did that present to you?
I don't know. I feel like we try and play the same way. Obviously, there's some guys in their team that can make plays, and the best players in the world. And you give them time and space, you give them chances down low, they're going to make you pay, and they did that tonight. And you give up 5 goals in a game, you're not going to win many. So I feel like for us, it's just key mistakes or costly mistakes at key times, and just playing from behind is always tough, especially this time of the year.
So you've had looks, you've had chances. Is what's going on with your game kind of similar to what's going on with the team's game, where it's just not going in at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I try to think about it personally. It's one of those things where it's part of the game. Individually, I think it's crazier when it's happening to a lot of guys at the same time. If it was just me, no one would be talking about it, right? Other guys would still be scoring, but I feel like, when it's me and it's Marchie and, KJ scored tonight, but, like Mo, I mean, guys haven't scored in a number of games now, right? So I feel like it's definitely, heightened, like people are paying attention more to it, I guess. But for me personally, I just try and do what I do, get shots through, create offense. I feel like I've been doing that for a number of games now, and nothing's been working for me. And, I'm not going to change anything, just keep playing the same way. I know over time that stuff will come back to me and points will come, but it's more important right now that we just keep playing the right way and see what happens. Crazier things have happened this time of year, so obviously frustrating, but just have to learn from it and get ready for Monday.
Did you feel like your start tonight was the right way to play? Do you just have to tip your cap to them, or do you think you guys could have been tighter defensively?
At the start of the whole game?
Start of the game.
I don't know. I made a mistake there in the first goal. I thought I had a little bit more time with it. Kind of surprised me, but outside of that, I mean, I think we played okay, but what did we give up, 3 in the first? Yeah, so it's score 1 to make it 2-1, and then I score shift right after that. So it's, like I said, it's just costly mistakes at key times of games that kind of biting us right now. But I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where it seems like the second half of games lately we've taken over. We'd like to do that from the start, though. I feel like we know it's in here. We've done it for 5 games in a row now for the most part, and just need to do it for a full 60 minutes.
Didn't you guys come off a game last night where almost flawless for 60 minutes? How tough was it to duplicate that effort tonight, especially with more of a wide open style again?
Yeah, we weren't even close to duplicating it, right? I mean, we probably talked too much about scoring goals here, and we forgot to defend here tonight. And you're right, it was an open game. We talked about not turning this into a track meet or a, whatever you want to call it, wide open hockey game, and we did, and they did, and obviously they got the better of us.
Mental mistakes a big part of the game tonight, and maybe a little mental fatigue from your side.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think there's some physical, there's some mental, but having said that, it doesn't matter. You got to push through, right? You got to push through situations where maybe we're a little tired in both those areas. So what? Everybody is at this time of year, so we've got to find a way to push through that. Get a day off tomorrow, light skate, and we'll get after it in the island.
Ian, have you seen anything like this where for, 4 or 5 months, the guys that have been leading this team in scoring have all seemed to dry up? I mean, the chances are there for sure, but the goals are not bad.
Yeah, of course, I agree with you that it's hard, right? Because it's like, well, if we were just really perimeter, we weren't getting opportunities, then probably be even more disappointed or even more or angry with it. But we are getting chances, and we're just not scoring, right? It's like we're out shooting teams every night. We're getting quality. We're getting to the inside for the most part. And they're just not going in the net. Sometimes it happens, right? I mean, it's just the flow. So, again, we've talked about it. We're not making excuses or anything like that. We just got to get back after it and continue to do the right things. Defend first, for sure. We forgot that here in tonight's hockey game. That has to be first and foremost. And then, again, believe the goals will go in.
You touched on this early, but did you feel like all of the talk and all of the games without goals kind of had you tonight, I don't want to say cheating to score, but maybe leaning that way more than you have been?
Well, if you were in the dressing room after the first period, that was the word, is that we were cheating to try to create offense, and we don't have to. We've been creating offense. They just haven't went in the net. Tonight we forced the issue. We cheated, got on wrong sides of things, and wrong sides of pucks, wrong sides of people, and consequently it ended up in our net. So yeah, we can't cheat. That's not how you play the game. That's not how we play the game. And the good part is that we know that, we understand that, and we'll get back to it.
Was there any thought of going to Jet tonight?
No. Elvis, played absolutely fantastic, and none of the goals here tonight were on Elvis, that's for sure. He competed his ass off.